Stanley, you're a partner with Michael Sears in a writing project. You've produced 3 books now, 2 have been published, and you're about to publish the 3rd. Is that correct?
That's right. We've been writing for about 6 years.
You're both professors. He of mathematics and you of equally strange things, educational psychology and aviation?
Aviation, correct.
How do you get to write thrillers about people in Botswana?
Well, I used to live and work in the States, and every year would come back and see my parents and friends. And I'm a private pilot, so every time I came back I'd rent a plane, fill it with friends, and we'd go off to Botswana or Zimbabwe for sort of photographic safaris. And on one of those in Savuti in Botswana, we saw some hyenas demolish a wildebeest, and they totally demolished it. They ate everything with the exception of the horns and the hooves. So we thought that night, probably over a few glasses of wine, that if we ever wanted to get rid of somebody, we would leave them for the hyenas.
Was there a particular body that you had in mind at the time?
Well, I don't think I should share that at this moment.
And that led to the story?
Correct. That was in about 86, 87, we think. And we were both busy and working, and so we didn't do anything about it, but occasionally the idea surfaced. I retired in 2003 and suggested to Michael, who was still working, that we actually did something about this idea. And a couple of months later he sent me a draft of chapter 1, which I thoroughly enjoyed. And I asked him, what happens next? And he didn't know, of course, nor did I. And we sort of decided that we better get together and try and plot out the rest of the book.
You're not supposed to write in partnership, and yet you've done it successfully.
I had written several books, non-fiction books, as part of my academic career, and Michael had written a number of mathematics articles. Do you write mathematics articles? I'm not sure.
You figure them, I reckon.
You're right, figure them. Anyway, we had both done it with people, and we both thoroughly enjoyed the sort of brainstorming, the interchange, and the fact that the other person frequently, prods you along, and you can prod them along. And we didn't know that you shouldn't write fiction together, so we just jumped in and did it, and love it. We've had the best time.
Can you just outline briefly for us the idea behind the first book? What was the book's name?
The first book was called A Carrion, Death. And we write, by the way, under the name Michael Stanley. We took our 2 first names, put them together, and that's our nom de plume.
How come it's not Stanley Michael?
We thought Michael Stanley sounded better.
It's all about marketing.
It is all about marketing.
And your main character is a detective, is that correct?
Correct. He is an assistant superintendent in the Botswana CID Criminal Investigation Department. His name is David Bengu. He's a very large man.
A Bengu?
Bengu, right.
Which means hippopotamus?
No. He's nicknamed Kubu, and the Kubu is the Setswana word for hippopotamus.
And that's what he looks like.
And he's large, he's very smart, very deliberate, and he has a very happy family life, unlike many other protagonists in detective stories. And he and his wife are very much in love with each other, and they enjoy a very rich family life. They tend to visit his parents, who are alive, every Sunday. They live nearby in the town of Machudi. Her parents are both dead. So that is, of course, part of what we're trying to do, is to build up his character and build up the environment in which he lives outside the detective world.
What was the second book called?
The second book has 2 names, unfortunately. In South Africa and the rest of the English-speaking world, other than North America, it's called A Deadly Trade. Our title, which was the one that the Americans decided to use, is The Second Death of Goodluck Tinubu. So here in South Africa, it's A Deadly Trade.
What is the plan for the Knysna Literary Festival for you guys?
Well, we'll try and participate in a number of different ways, but the main event that we're going to be part of is the sort of dinner on Friday night. And we will obviously say a few words about what we do, about the books, take questions and answers, and then we're going to raffle off some of our books, including some first editions of both books. And all of those proceeds, of course, will go to the literacy campaign.
Who are your publishers?
Our first publisher was HarperCollins in the States, and that was just an amazing thing for us. We never expected to get published, let alone get one of the biggest publishers in the United States. We sold them the worldwide English rights, and they sold the rest of the world English rights to Headline in the UK, and so they're the ones that published the South African version of the book. And then we also have publishers in Italy, France, and Germany. We've been translated into three languages now.
I actually went onto the HarperCollins site, and there's quite a large segment of the book that you can read online.
Correct.
Has that helped sales?
You know, we think it does. We will be very shortly putting the first few chapters of our third book, which we have just finished, on our own website. And our website is www.detectivekubu.com. And it's a rich website, and you will soon be able to read the first chapter of the third book. First chapters of the first and second books are already there.
Let's not be so modest. You actually finished the writing of the third manuscript today, did you not?
We did, yes.
How did it make you feel? Stanley, thank you very much.
Thank you so much.